Sharks basketball.
Good afternoon, happy Sunday, and welcome to the Base Network's coverage of the LIU Sharks men's basketball game against Central Connecticut State University Blue Devils. We are here at the Rack in downtown Brooklyn. My name is Dan Bauer. With me is my guy, Owen Conley, handling technical today. Owen, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm looking forward to this game. Two bottom feeders in the NEC, if I'm being completely honest.
We don't need to say that. This is a broadcast of opportunity, especially as I'm the one doing the play-by-play. Maybe the big body of Joe, so they'd be having a little bit difficult, but I get it. I've also been the one on the broadcast saying, you're saying it all year, I've been betting it. With that being said, the game is underway. The Blue Devils are up 2-0. There's 19 minutes left. The Sharks do have it. Marco, our hot shooter, did miss a three. Regardless of the need to get him early, get him open. Same with CJ Delancey.
Yeah, CJ Delancey is definitely a key player for the LIU Sharks alongside Maletic. And those two are definitely going to be key to getting a win today, alongside RJ Green and Sheik Nadaya. If all of them can get involved, all of them can score a lot of points for the LIU Sharks. And right there,
Yeah, man, you were telling me before the game that Kelly Amos is got to look out for, and they just pulled in a nice alley-oop to get started. They scored 4-2.
yeah, beautiful lob to Amos, who was able to finish it. And they're giving another look to Maletic.
Yeah, wasn't it crazy? Yeah, Jacob Johnson, the last guy there. CJ playing big this evening. Number 11.
Nice block there. Nice defense by Central Connecticut State. And I believe that's equipment.
So the Blue Devils got off to a nice inside basket there. That's a sick LIU. So there's an energy drainer right off the bat.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes in the game of basketball. We got to make sure we have a short memory, find out how to stop that from happening again, and keep playing, keep bounding.
Nice poke there by RJ Green as the ball goes out of bounds. Blue Devils will retain possession underneath their side of the basket. They have starting lineups of number 21, Andre Snoddy, number 1, Joe Rogers, number 11, Abdul Momo, number 5, Kellen Amos, and inbounding the ball there, now handling the point is number 3,
Yeah, Nigel Scantlebury is another player to look out for. He's been handing
deep three there by number 1, Joe Rogers. Basically airball.
Like I was saying about Scantlebury, he's been handing a lot of teams a lot of mistakes and capitalizing on those mistakes from the other teams.
Regardless, I've said it every game I've done this in, I always want to see Marco shoot. He's one of the top 3-point shooters in NCAA, and so I don't care that shooter's got to shoot.
And it begs the question, if he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the NCAA, all around it, just bucket getter, why is this team one of the lowest ranked in the NCAA? Absolutely.
62 right now,
Yeah, tough one off the backboard. Looked like he's really wanted it to go. Just bad judgment on the shot.
Yeah, Blue Devils up the ball with the lead right now. Scantlebury, Momo with the pick, sends it over to the far side to Amos.
3-point goal, 3 for Kellen Amos.
Like I've been saying, another player to watch out for. Kellen Amos scoring 17.2 points per game in conference play, and that is one of the highest.
Looks like Amos wanted to pop another one. We got Marco defending right down there. RJ Green's on Scantlebury. Scantlebury goes in. This is down to Momo. CJ playing good defense though.
That was a beautiful euro by Johnson to take it all the way down coast to coast.
Sharks get a much needed bucket there. It's 9-4 now. We have the Blue Devils on the other side. They're trying to see if they can answer. You also can see as they line up the Coach Strickland's are going to do it because of big substitution. Three guys that are step in. Davis goes down deep, misses it. Rebound by Johnson. Hard down the court again. Good energy as we've talked about. Jacob Johnson is great basketball buckets.
100%. I love the way he moves to the basket, going in strong, and nobody's stopping him when he moves like that.
One of the things I love about Jacob Johnson is that he plays every minute of every game. He's generally a really Amos misses another shot, but Martin gets a quick rebound. RJ Green handles it at the top of the court. RJ's going to cut it as well. Goes down court to Amos. Amos goes up, fouled there by RJ Green.
Tough look, but it was the right call.
It absolutely was. And RJ Green stopped him with 3 points. That's true. Continues the
LIU Sharks now chose number 10, RJ Green, his first team foul of the half, with a timeout on the floor.
How you feeling?
good. That'll work. You good?
Yeah. I'm getting more comfortable as we go.
And that's like I said, it's just once it's like you find out the second half it'll just be like because once the rapport is there, it's nothing but a thing. This is also the first game that we've had cheerleaders and dancing. Apparently they come from Post.
Yeah, they do. The dance team as well. No, actually, I think they may be here.
No, because
They're so irrelevant though. It doesn't matter. I love how our student section is really looking there today.
is the student section up above technically?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I can be like antisocial. So like whenever I come to games, I'll just slip in the back and sit by myself. I also didn't know a lot of people last year either.
The student section should be
right
right there.
Yeah.
And it should be loud. Or it should be right there.
Yeah, it's always
Oh wait. Well, it should be right there, and it should be loud. It appears nobody comes to these games. Not it appears. I've been checking ESPN.
I remember you showing that. Yeah.
Our highest
the half a
attendance,
person or whatever.
Our highest attendance this year, 360 for an arena that with a capacity of I believe 2,000 and change. Why is Joe watching this?
To the free throw line for Central, number 5, Cameron Amos. 2 shots.
And we are back. The first of the free throws goes up by Amos, and he misses. So he'll be sitting there. We still have the score at 9-2-6. Sharks, 14 and a half minutes left to go in this half. Amos is about to shoot the second one. It goes up, and it is good. So Owen, that gets the score at 10-6 LIU. And what we're about to do is we also had 3 check-ins right there. We have Amber sitting right in front of you. Check and die is also in. And good to see number 2 Trey real tall. So the Sharks have the ball and they're moving around big time. So check and die is looking for an opening. And since the Blue Devils have switched to a 2-3 zone, it is that being said, the Blue Devils are going down for a quick, and Momo goes up for a dunk, but a nice block by Shekmadai. Blue Devils are slowing it down there out front. A lot of movement around here, and it's the little Shekmadai and Momo are there, kind of facing each other one-on-one. Scaleberry up top, tries to the lane. Just down below, great dish, and then
That's Andre Snoddy.
That was just some textbook ball movement there from the Blue Devils. LIU is going to need to adjust to be able to defend that because if they don't, it's going to be a very one-sided game very quickly with ball movement like that.
two, Devontae Swift is checked in for him, and a long three in the corner by number 21, Andre Snoddy misses. Nice rebound in the left corner. We got Trey Booker up on the top of the show. Leon Burns. Second down is playing big down there. Gonna get it this back out to Trey Wood. Good to see Trey Booker. He's been hurt these last couple games though.
Yeah, it's great to see him back. He's definitely an integral part of our team, especially on offense, but he's a hard-nosed defender too, and it looks great to see him back.
LIU,
Washington is a new player on the team. This will be my first time saying his name is Ahmed Esahadi. He's a great addition, basically, in from the field. For a little bit of time on the inside, they were checking in with everybody and checking his hands.
shot clock violation, Central Bear gets the call.
Not a good little turnover there.
Yeah, a rough start for Esahadi. We're going to keep an eye on him, see if he can turn that around and maybe build a better narrative for this game.
Blue Devils have the ball up top. Checking down, slips. Opposite though. Number 15 Wilton tries to slam it down, misses it though, and with that going out of bounds, we now have a shot.
Yeah, much needed turnover for us. Down 6 with 12:20 to go in the first half.
Sharks have the ball, and it's high for them bringing it forward. He's going one on one. Under pressure him, Mike. But the back goes in, but a nice block there down by the Blue Devils. And number 2 comes up with Jay Rogers. He dishes it over to number 21.
Andre Snoddy.
Something the Sharks are going to have to limit coming up, continuing into this first half and into the second, limiting turnovers, because so far the Blue Devils have been capitalizing every time with points on turnovers.
If you look right behind us, our mascots here. Big day today. We got our mascot visiting, and we also got the cheerleaders and the dance team visiting. Check the guy, puts it up, puts it up.
Yeah, that was just some hard luck at the basket.
Number 2, Devontae Swift, throws up a shot for the rebound by Keon Burns. Stolen by Swift. Great defense on this one. Number 10, Trey Grayland. He goes right up and down.
Trey Greenwood. Timeout, LIU.
Number 10,
With a timeout on the floor.
Marco Malatic checking back in. We're going to cut to a break.
Set to immediate timeout. And it's going to be time for our LIU t-shirt song.
Yeah, take a look at what Joe's saying here.
I saw.
Please cheer for LIU.
What I would say now is take a look at everything, and we won't come back in until we think we know what's going on.
I gotta.
What's up?
I gotta take a look at this. What is going on? I'm sorry. This is just. I looked up and they were throwing.
Yeah, I know. You think he fixed it already?
Oh, I know what's going on.
And we're back after an audio issue there. The Sharks are down 22-12. There's 8 minutes left to go in the first half. We've seen a couple buckets. Sheckton did nice. Mark with the long three there. Rebound. We've seen a couple baskets, and it continues to be that the Blue Devils are kind of eating us apart inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Capitalizing on the turnovers at every point, and I believe we are up to now 8 points off of turnovers by the Blue Devils. It's a bad look for this Sharks offense that's looking to get it going.
Yeah, that's been one of our problems throughout the years, turnovers. That we have 4 this game while the Blue Devils don't have one yet. Granted, there was an offensive foul there by Amos. That is the Blue Devils' first foul. And so actually right there, if you're looking, there only been 1 foul apiece per team, which I love because the last game that I did last Monday, there were fouls everywhere. So many fouls and so many teams in the double bonus very quickly into the half. Like I was saying there, though, it's been a couple trading of buckets. It's good to see the Sharks moving around, and you've seen that they've been dealing with a couple different lineups there. And once again, as I always say, I love, even though Marco now is 0 for 3 from 3 and 0 from 4 in the field, I love that he's shooting.
You know the saying, shooters shoot. And watching this guy try to go get his buckets is definitely a good look for him. Hopefully some more of these will fall as the game keeps going, but he's definitely getting the right looks and taking them often.
Yeah, the Blue Devils have been passing the ball around. Their 2 leading scorers right now are Snotty with 6 and Amos with 6, as Amos hit those 2 threes. But they've been dishing around, and what you've seen a little bit too is their size is working their advantage. But that also shows maybe why Coach Strickland has been playing Sheckton Dye a little bit more down there in the paint.
Just want to give a quick shout out to our buddy Joe, who just told us we finally fixed our audio problem. Joe,
El Presidente checking in.
If you're still listening to this, thanks for the support and thanks for letting us know that we messed up.
We didn't mess up. It was a small little tech issue. We don't know what we're doing. Trey Wood leading the ball up the court. He dishes it over to R.J. Green, who gives it over to Andre Washington. Sheckton dies down there in the paint. He's being guarded by number 11, Momo.
Nadai clearly wants to post up, but he's not getting too much room. Oh, and a beautiful look. It just won't go.
Yeah, again, we'll take the aggression there from Sheckton Nadai. Is going to make sure and get his shots up. And he's battling down there with number 11, Momo, who's 6'7", 235, so got a couple big bodies down there throwing their weight around.
2 powerful guys just going at it in the paint. Really good-looking, powerful moves by Cheknadaya. Unfortunately, his shot just wasn't able to go once he finally found his way into the paint.
Yep, and with that being said, the Blue Devils have the ball on their side of the court. A lot of moving around top. Ooh, you can tell he wanted that long 3, Jay Rogers right there.
And there's a man wide open at the top.
Jay Rogers was in there and dished it over to Momo, who misses it down deep. And with that, Trey Wood is leading the fast breakdown force. He dishes it over to Andre Washington, goes in strong, puts it up, misses. Sheck and Momo battling. Yep, and that's going to go off Sheck, going the other way.
Jeez, that was a dangerous collapse on defense right there. A man left wide open at the top of the arc. And unfortunately for the LIU Sharks, the Blue Devils just did not see him and were not able to get the ball out to him.
Yep, Jacob Johnson checks back in for number 10, R.J. Green. And with that being said, it is 22-12. Blue Devils over the Sharks, 7 minutes left to go here in the first half. Blue Devils have it on their side of the court. And it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. We're in a lot of movement. Here we go, though. Going into the paint. Blocked there by Jacob Johnson as he sends it off the glass. And then another quick block there by Sheckton Dye. Great defense by the Sharks.
Fantastic defense, and that's been the story since we've come back from this timeout. They've been holding, in a beautiful foul drawn there too.
I would agree. Andre Washington split the defense right there and was able to drive the lane. And they called one on the floor by number 21, Snotty. That is the second team foul and his first personal. Excuse me, they called that one actually on Jay Rogers. Oh, and it wasn't on the floor. Great, so that means that Andre Washington's at the line shooting 2. Love to see it. First one up and good. But yeah, and like you said, there was a kind of a great draw that he had there, and it was a great foul for them on that part that stopped him from getting an easy bucket.
Of course, and the best part about it is Andre Washington over 80% from the free throw line. a little less than automatic, but definitely one of our best shooters from the free throw line.
Yep, and it showed there as he knocked down both of those. That gets the score to 22-14, 6.5 minutes left to go in the first half.
And the climb back begins.
Yes, sir. Don't call it a comeback, gentlemen. We are here for it. I've been saying it all season. We're going to get a dub, and this is the one. And it's going to be me and Owen here, and not Joe, and not Cooper, and not Big Body. But the Shark is here. He's up in the stands dancing around. He made the trip out from post. He might as well have a little bit of fun.
You know, with the whole circus around, you know, all the peanuts and elephants and a shot clock violation right there, you just have to get a win in an environment
there
like this.
By the Sharks. They're coming out of it, and you pointed out in that last drive, that's 3 consecutive great defensive stops there for the Sharks. I'm smelling a 3-pointer here by Marco.
All right, well, let's see if that materializes as Wood's going to carry it up court.
Trey getting the ball started up top. And again, Jacob Johnson, nice little floater in the middle. Not quite there. Ooh, are they really calling?
Really soft call there, if I'm being honest.
I agree on Jacob Johnson. That'll be his first foul. That is our 4th team foul. He'd put up a floater and got his own rebound, but apparently they thought he had a little bit of a shove-off to do so.
I didn't see anything there, if I'm being completely honest with you.
And we even have a pretty good view.
I mean, we're right here at court level, watching everything as it happens in real time.
Yeah.
See, now, if you're going to call a soft push-off like that back there, you're going to want to call the slightly clear travel that just occurred.
Just slightly clear.
Just, you know, mildly obvious.
The Blue Devils also threw one out of bounds there, so another turnover for them that leads the Sharks with the ball. I'm smelling a Marco 3-pointer here.
I hear you, man. You know, it's a player who we need to get hot in order to score points, and he really hasn't gotten hot yet today, but these Blue Devils really cannot let him shoot openly, or else he will start knocking them down, and it's a dangerous look for him from 3.
Marco had the ball there, drove down to the court, and it was stolen by number 3, Scantleberry. He leads the Devils up the court quickly. Marco picks up number 21, Snotty, who puts in a little 6-footer from the side, and it goes in.
Nice, tough shot there by Snotty to distance it back to a 10-point difference.
Yes, sir. That is 24-14. Blue Devils, 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Sharks here looking for a bucket. They're a lot of quick movement up top that has Trey Wood there. Marco's out top. He has number 21, Snotty, like you said, following him tight. Marco drives past him to the left, though, goes up with his right. A lot of contact there, buddy, for there to be no call. Yeah,
Marco really wanted that call, and understandably so. Also went in with a tough layup look, and unfortunately it wouldn't go.
Yep, he was a little afraid there to put it up with his left, which was interesting to see. Amos drives the ball. Jacob Johnson, tight defense on him. It doesn't matter. It goes up and in.
And just like that, the Devils make it 26-14.
Yep, let's see. Yeah, they're calling a jump ball.
Wood very quick down the court. Looked like he got fouled. According to the refs, he did not, and it is a jump ball. You know, that defensive momentum we had there was thwarted by us not being able to put up any buckets off those turnovers. And going back to what you said coming out of our break, turnovers have been the issue, and the fact that they've been able to convert those points off of turnovers has been big for them. Well, Dan, not only have they been the issue, they've been the story of the game. Watching both teams have turnovers and turnovers and turnovers, and I think the biggest part of this story is only one side's shown that they've been able to capitalize on them, and it has not been the Sharks, as another turnover is forced there by the Blue Devils. Yeah, that was a pass there that the idea was good there by Trey Wood, but he dished it up to an unsuspecting Shek Nadai. The Blue Devils took that turnover, ran down the court, and with that being said, there was a foul on the floor. That'll be number 0, Joe Ostrowski, who was fouled on the play, drew a nice one. Yeah, they called that on Jacob Johnson. That'll be his second foul. That is the 5th team foul for the Sharks. And so the Blue Devils have it underneath their own basket, and number 15, Jaden Brown, is the one that has it. Amos at the top of the key. He's being guarded right now by number 4, Jacob Johnson. What were you about to say, Owen? Sorry? You know, Joe. You know, Dan? Ooh, I know that one hurt. Another turnover, by the way, as it was stolen there by Andre Washington. Reason I say that is I just saw the text from Joe, so his name was on my mind. So sorry about that, Dan. But, you know, Dan, I think it's funny how you made the comment earlier that it was a relatively clean game and we were staying far away from the bonus. Well, towards the end of the first half, we're at 5 fouls and looking dangerous to get that bonus.
Yep, with that being said, Jacob Johnson, who has those 2 fouls, checked out, but we have an early appearance from Jake Cook, who's been hurt for a lot of the season, and I'm glad to see Jake's in there getting some minutes.
Worth noting, Kellen Amos is back in the game. Very, very dangerous
also
player.
Worth noting, Marco shoots a 3 from the top, and it is good. That gets the score at 17-26.
Finally, one's going to fall for him. That was a great-looking shot from the top. Marco, like we've been saying, very dangerous from the arc. And amazing.
Equally, if not more dangerous. Kellen Amos down there, and he throws down a sick dunk for the Blue Devils.
Just as I was started to say, at the other side of the court, he goes down to the other end and throws one down with authority.
There's a ball that went out of bounds. I'm not sure if they ended up calling it a foul. I think they just called it out on the Blue Devils, so the Sharks will have it underneath their basket. It is 17-28. There's 3.5 minutes left to go in this first half. We will kick to another short break, and we will return after this time out. We are coming back, and one of the things I just said to Owen during this break is simply, it would be nice if we could score the basketball.
You know, I can't disagree with you there.
It's a term, I hear that like in sports talk radio and TV, score the basketball, which is such like a dumb saying to me, but it also checks out. And when we said that, the Sharks are shooting 7 of 25 for the field, which is good for 28%, and we are 1 of 6 from 3, with Marco being the lone one that is hit. That is 16%. With that being said, as I've always said, you never want to let a team hang around. We are down 11 right now, and we have the ball underneath our own basket. And I just think that if we can get a couple quick buckets coming into that half and make it tight, that's not going to be a good look for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely not. Looked like on that pass, they really wanted to inbound it to Maletic to keep pounding from 3. Unfortunately, he was well covered. And now he's going to get another look from 3.
He had a great pump fake there, but Amos is playing him tight on D. Marco loves that little Euro step kind of floater thing that he does, and he had a good one there. Sheck was battling. It bounced around the rim a bunch. Sheck was battling for the rebound, and no foul. They just called it out again. So the refs are kind of letting him play a little bit here. Sharks maintain the ball underneath their basket. RJ Green is the one throwing it in.
They are letting them play a lot.
Yeah.
This is a tough game on both ends.
Yep, RJ Green has it now at the top of the court. Oof. For the Sharks, and he lets go an errant pass, and Andre Washington ready for that, goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Sharks. Blue Devils ball as they go up.
Gonna have to get a good stop here to halt some of that momentum that these Blue Devils have been picking up.
Yep, Scantleberry has it at the top. He dishes it over number 15, Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown gives it over to Amos, who shoots a deep 3 from the top, and it is good. Man, we even had tight D on him there, Owen.
Like I've been saying, you can't leave Amos open.
Nope, that is 13 points for him, as he is the clear leader of this court. That gets the score at 31-17 with 2.5 minutes to go. Marco also sets up, has a nice look, just misses. Rebound by Amos, and he's looking to push it up the court. Amos dishes it into Trey Breland, who goes in hard, and he is fouled. He will be shooting 2 free throws.
Amos, the junior out of Houston, the clear leader of this team offensively. And as he makes another beautiful pass there, he's just been making offensive play after play today for the Central Connecticut Blue Devils.
Yep, we have number 10, Breland, shooting free throws. He misses his first one. Owen wasn't ready for that. I was.
I'm not a big fan of the laugh track, if I'm being completely honest, Dan.
Why? Because it sounds completely out of place?
It sounds entirely out of place.
With that being said, Breland throws up a second one. He goes 1 of 2 from the line. That gets the score at 17-32. Blue Devils, 2 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in this first half. We also had Keon Burns check in there. The last foul was on Marko Maletic. It was his first in our 6th team. And with that being said, Sheknadai sets a pick, and he is now called for offensive foul. That'll be our 7th team foul, his second, and we are now sadly also in the bonus.
You know, for a game that they haven't been calling a lot and they've been letting the kids play, they've been calling a lot on us. And unfortunately, it's just a testament to some sloppy play that's been going on in the first half.
Yeah, a little ticky-tack foul there, but with that, CJ Delancey checked back in for Sheknadai. Amos drives deep, swatted by Cook, but it'll stay underneath the basket on the Blue Devil side.
Well, a great defensive play there by Cook, because if he hadn't put his hand there, that ball would have automatically gone in. Just the looks that Kellen Amos has been giving us today.
Yep, he's not going to be missing.
Absolutely not. He is on fire today.
Shooting 5 of 9 from the field. Blue Devils have it up top. And Ostrowski goes in deep, sends it to number 15, Jaden Brown, who misses it after a little bit of battle in there. CJ Delancey comes down with the ball.
And it looked like he struggled to get it originally, but good on him for securing the ball and able to get us some hopeful offensive momentum going up court and into the halftime.
Yep, Coach Strickland calls a play there, and Andre Washington gets the ball, goes off to the side for a little 15-footer, just misses it. Rebound there by Scantleberry, and the Blue Devils are moving it up the court quick with Amos being the one with the ball. Turnaround jumper, not quite good. Keon Burns with the rebound.
Oof.
Yep, I'd agree.
Almost had his pocket picked right there, and he will, as Amos is going to run it down court and throw it down with authority.
Yep, unfortunate series of events. There's Amos was the one with the steal, with the dunk, and Andre Washington remained down for a little bit. Looks like he's hurt.
He's a little slow to get up there. He's going to walk off on his own power, but not very quickly.
Yep, the trainer's there to meet him, and we are going to sub him out with Trey Wood coming back in. It is 17-34. We have 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go in the first half. RJ Green is also checking back in.
Good to see RJ Green back in the game. Hopefully he can provide a little bit of spark for this so far stagnant offense.
We have Jake Cook, Trey Wood, RJ Green, CJ Delancey, and Marko Maletic looking to close out our half here. We have 1 minute to go, 24 seconds left on the shot clock. And a tip pass there. Another errant pass that could have left to a turnover.
Like I've been saying, turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. If the Sharks want to get back into this game, they're going to need to pick that up in the second half.
RJ Green has the ball here on the near side of the court. He throws it into Trey Wood. 17 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Let's see if the Sharks can get a bucket here. Jake Cook with the tough little pick there up top. Surprised they didn't call that for a foul. CJ going tough down low, has a nice little turnaround, and he is fouled by number 15, Jaden Brown. That'll send CJ Delancey to the line, shooting 2.
CJ Delancey at the line is definitely something that will be helpful to this Sharks offense to get some more points on the board, hopefully.
Yeah, he's shooting 58% from the free throw line this season.
Anything but automatic.
But, I mean, it's like when you look at it, it's 20 out of 34. Like, that doesn't feel terrible when you look at it that way.
No.
And with that,
Well,
yeah.
watching that free throw maybe gave me some second opinions.
Yeah, now he's 20 of 35 for our audience, if you were curious about our reactions there. CJ steps up for a second one. That one had some more touch. 21 of 36 for our guy, CJ. That gets the score at 18-34. 40 seconds left, and the Blue Devils are trying to get another quick bucket out of it, too. And a timeout by the Blue Devils. With that being said, we'll also cut to a quick timeout, and we will return when the Blue Devils come back. We have 36 seconds left to go in the half.
This break in the action is brought to you by the LIU Marketing Society. For individuals looking for experience in digital marketing, creative advertisements, and graphic design, This break in the action is brought to you by the LIU Marketing Society. For individuals looking for experience in digital marketing, creative advertisements, and graphic design, this is the club for you. It looks great in your resume. Meetings are at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. For more information, DM at LIU Marketing Society. That's at LIU Marketing Society on Instagram. Or join the E-Club in presence. Thank you to LIU Marketing Society.
For those of you listening, that was Joe doing an ad read. He's not actually here with us in the gym, so a pretty impressive read by Joe there. And there's a good chance that Joe might be the only listener at this point in time.
Yeah, Mr. Ghost Joe with a beautiful ad read. As
Ghost
Amos
Joe.
is going to get another look, and then thankfully it will not go.
Look
But
at that guy just
oof,
bricking it. Oh, double dribble called on Marco there.
really, really tough first half for the Sharks.
I agree. That was a bummer because Marco, you could tell the way he got that rebound and just turned, he's like, nah, I'm going to get this shot off.
100%, and it looked like he was trying to create some sort of offensive spark there, and unfortunately the ball is going to go back into the hands of Kellen Amos, who will inbound it.
My guess is they'll probably set up the last shot for him. Or it's going to be Breland over in the corner for a wide open three, but he just misses it. And after battling for a rebound, Jake Cook comes down with it, and that will end the half.
And
Jacob Johnson flying to the locker room first.
yeah, this looks like they are, if I had to guess, I just do not think the vibes in that locker room.
In that temple?
In the locker room, I do not think the vibes are going to be all horseshoes and rainbows in there.
There might be some horseshoes.
Definitely not rainbows.
So with that being said, we have 15 minutes left to go here at halftime. It is 18-34. Sharks versus the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils. For the first time in the season, we're having our dance team and cheerleaders here visiting. They will be performing here at halftime. And with that being said, we will also cut away for a little bit, and we will come back to do a little halftime talk and then cut back to our game.
Benny and the Jets. Oh, it's a weird and wonderful. Oh, baby, she's really clean. She's got electric boots. I'm gonna zoom. You know I'm ready and I'm magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets.
Hey baby, won't you look my way? I can be your new addiction. Hey baby, what you gotta say? All you're giving me is fiction. I'm a sorry sucker and this happens all the time. I find out that everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks. It started with the whisper, and that was when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit chat. Take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Hey honey, you could be my drug, you could be my new prescription.
God, I love having a little bit more technology fluent people here with me as Owen fades us out of that amazing halftime music. I appreciate you for that, sir. We have,
of course.
we're about to start the second half here. Owen and I talked a little bit throughout that broadcast, and as we go, the tail of the tape, I guess, for lack of better terms that I can come with up right now on the fly, is that I would say the turnovers. Obviously, the Sharks have 10, and the Blue Devils only had 4. And then the Sharks, as I had mentioned, just shot very poorly. They were 7 of 28 from the field for 25%, while on the flip side of that, the Blue Devils were 15 of 33 for 45%.
Yeah, overall, just a sloppy half by the Sharks. I mean, offensively, they weren't able to finish a whole lot of their chances, and just like that, the scoreboard reflects it, trailing currently 34 to 18. And I'm taking a look at this shot chart right now, and it is not a pretty sight.
They got some good blues going on, like as far as just color palettes.
Of course, but going
From the basketball standpoint.
from a basketball standpoint, not the best looking shot chart I've ever seen. Like you said earlier, going 1 for 7 from 3, with only Marco having made a 3-pointer. And overall, that brings his personal stats to 3 points, 2 rebounds, and goose eggs across the rest of the board.
Yep, CJ Delancey's leading us in rebounds with 5 for just 8 minutes have being played. We have Andre Washington, who played 17 of the 20 minutes. And now that we start here, we have the Blue Devils with the ball now playing on the opposite end. We have the same starting lineup that the Sharks had to begin with. And we are underway here with a quick Amos drive, but nice kick out. And another once to number 3, Scantlebury, who misses the 3, and the Sharks are going quick. Jacob Johnson, man, great little effort there. And Andre Washington tried a little tip in, but just wasn't quite able to get it.
Just some tough luck on a tough look. A great drive to the basket and just didn't get the finish.
Once again, just shots not falling for the Sharks there. And with that, Scantlebury's making a quick drive, and they're going to call a quick foul on the floor by number, oh, they're calling it on 3? We don't have a number 3. That was number 5, Andre Washington. You can tell whoever's over there is realizing that they don't know who the foul was on either. So quick foul there by the Sharks, and Amos has the ball at the top of the court trying to figure out what to do here for the Blue Devils. Pick number there, Scantlebury drives in, dishes, but it is stolen by RJ Green. Great steal, and let's see if we can get a bucket here.
Wood's going to carry it up court, take a look around, survey his options, and a beautiful dish. And it still just will not go. CJ Delancey.
It was a great look by CJ, a nice little put there, and it's not able to drop. Blue Devils have the ball at the top of the court with Scantlebury, and he is looking a little over to the corner there. Sharks coming out at least hot on defense. They're not letting a lot of passes go here at all. But with that being said, a nice little drop down to Momo, and he puts it up and in for 2. 18 to 36. Blue Devils, 18 and a half minutes left to go in this half.
Yeah, and just looking at the court here with Scantlebury of Central Connecticut, really, he is a player that has consistently been hot for this Blue Devils team, and keeping him very quiet today is Trey Wood.
Yep, and with that, we had Jacob Johnson that went in, and it was fouled by Amos. That is Amos' second foul, so we have 1 foul apiece. The Sharks have it underneath their basket, and we have Trey Wood checking it in. RJ Green gets it out, and a nice little inbound there. No real play, I guess, but we have Trey Wood at the top, and we have CJ trying to set a screen.
Successful screen, a little bit of a sloppy roll off the pick.
I agree.
But able to get the ball back, and there is a foul on the floor.
Yep, RJ Green ended up with the pass there, and he went in, also missed a shot, also was fouled on the floor by number 11, Momo. That is his first personal? It is. Second team foul, but with that being said, that is the quick check in there for Sheck for CJ. Great inbound pass there to number 4, Jacob Johnson. He puts it up and in.
Thankfully, we were able to get a finish there.
What's up, 2 points?
And going to bring the game back to a score of 20 LIU. Central Connecticut State 36.
Yep.
16-point difference to start the second half. Not the prettiest sight.
A respectable 16-point difference.
A respectable 16-point difference, and definitely makes it possible to come back from, but it will not be easy as the Sharks try to get a spark on offense and try to mount this comeback.
Yes, sir. Amos put up a 3 there. He's searching for fouls, which I don't like. You already have 15 points. You don't need more fouls, bro. With that being said, we got some slop. Ooh, great effort by Momo to keep it there for the Blue Devils, but it dribbles out of bounds. Sharks ball. Turnover.
Hey, I'm happy we got a roll going our way.
I love it.
In hockey, they call this puck luck. and the puck luck has definitely not been in our favor today.
I don't
And
know what puck luck is. I'm from Nebraska.
we finally get a good bounce. That's basically what it is.
Very applicable. Keep using hockey terms while we're here. Jacob Johnson, he's going to dish it up top to Andre Washington. And I was not being facetious, by the way. That would just be funny to me.
And Buddy's going to get a nice dish going in from the top of the key.
Top of the fucking key, huh? Sharks have it underneath their basket. Andre Washington.
We would
making
like
a
to
loop.
apologize to any children watching right now.
Yeah.
Any
Luckily,
families.
it's just a YouTube broadcast.
The FCC is going to be on us for sure. Got to get a nice phone call from the FCC there, bud.
Sharks have it underneath the basket. RJ Green, number 10, is going to be driving down low, puts it up. No foul call. Jacob Johnson with the tough rebound. He also puts it back up. Also not able to fall. And Jacob Johnson, I believe, is able to come down with it.
Jacob
Yeah.
Johnson took everything but the car keys there, bud.
I agree. And lucky there for us, though, another foul there by Momo. That is going to be his second. That is the third team foul. And the Sharks are able to keep the ball down on their side of the court again. I'm feeling a 2-point bucket here, bud.
You know, that would be nice just to get some points back. And another foul is called
By
on
Scantlebury.
Scantlebury.
So that'll be his third, their fourth. So they're racking up fouls there.
Oof.
And a turnover.
looks like Wood stepped out on the inbound. Again, puck luck just not in our favor.
But our defense was there. Ooh.
It's getting a little chippy there. Scantlebury clearly heated up. It looks like we've been getting in his head a little bit. He's used to being one of the top scorers of this Blue Devils team, and he just has not been able to get it going offensively today.
Absolutely. So Coach Strickland deployed a little bit of a trap there on our side of the court, and it worked to where it forced the Blue Devils to call a timeout. And then Scantlebury, like you said, kind of shoving the ball in the chest there of Jacob Johnson. I was hoping for a tech just so we can shoot one of two free throws.
You know, if we haven't been getting a lot of fouls in general called today, I was doubting there was going to be any signs of anybody getting teed up for that. And that would have, truthfully, that would have been a soft technical. I'd like to see a little bit more pushing, shoving, you know, some words exchanged if we're going to be teeing people up today.
Yeah, if we're going to be talking about hockey, let's see some fights.
You know, I wasn't alluding to that. I was simply just saying I feel like there needs to be a bit more to warrant a technical, and it seems that the refs agree.
I meant it. I want to see a fight.
Hey, I mean, maybe it'll bring a nice spark back to this so far quiet LIU team.
I agree, and as we talk different things, one of the points I mentioned was the shooting, and the Sharks are 1 of 8 so far this half.
Yeah, you know, I'm just starting to look over at other things that are going on in this arena right now.
That's kind of what I noticed, too, during this little break.
Did you know that our mascot's name is Finley? I did not know that.
No, but I love that.
Being in my 4th semester at this university, you'd think I would have known that by now, but I do not, and I'm happy to now know that his name is Finley.
It's a good name for our mascot.
You know, I was going to say credits to whoever did that. Look, you know, the mascot's doing well for himself. Looks like he's having a fun time. One of the only people in the building with a smile on his face right now.
Permanent.
With the cold, dead eyes to go with it.
Amos is going to be bringing up the ball, and we have Trey Wood guarding him closely. Amos tries to blow past Trey, but that is not physically possible. Andre Washington now is guarding Scantlebury up top.
Scantlebury still looks shaken, not stirred, but shaken for sure. And he had trouble receiving the pass. And that's going to be a nice air ball as the Sharks are going to retain possession.
Perfect air ball. Trey Wood has it in the corner. He's looking to drive in. Throws it up with his right with the player floater, and that goes in.
What a nice hook shot from Trey Wood. Somebody who's really needed to get the points going in order to get that offensive spark. And finally, Trey Wood's going to get some shots to fall.
Yes, sir. Happens to be 22-36 Blue Devils. We have 16 minutes left to go. Once upon a time, Owen mentioned how it was a manageable 16-point lead, which is now a 14-point lead, and the Sharks are in the water. What's our shark pun?
I have absolutely no idea. It's, you know, they're smelling blood in the water.
There we go.
As the Sharks are smelling blood in the water as Andre Washington's able to jump on a loose ball, and it's going to go our way as a timeout is called on the floor.
Right on. So the Sharks ball will be coming back. It is 22:36, 15 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the second half. I am Dan Bauer. That's Owen Crombie.
Yes, sir.
This is the Base Network. We're going to break. I love that. I love fading out. Thank you, Owen Crombie.
You are so welcome.
We're coming back, and the roster the Sharks have out on the floor is number 4, Jacob Johnson, inbounding the ball to number 2, Trey Wood. We also have Andre Washington. We have RJ Green. We have Sheck Nadai. Running a small little lineup here.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the strategy the Sharks have been employing for a lot of their games, running to the small ball, just due to the fact that we don't have a whole lot of formidable bigs.
Sheck playing tough down low.
Speaking of formidable bigs.
Yeah, I'll give him a credit. He's been playing whenever he gets the ball, he is enforcing his will there on number 11, Momo. It was a good move by him. It looks like he twisted himself up a little bit, but that also forced the third quick foul on Momo, and that is the 5th team foul by the Blue Devils. The Sharks will be tossing the ball in from underneath our basket, and Momo had to check out for number 15, Jaden Brown, since he's already on his 3rd foul.
And as you were saying, imposing his will on Momo is no small feat, no easy task.
Absolutely not. RJ Green, though, drives the lane there and puts up a nice easy left. Our guy Finley's here back visiting us. Good to see you, buddy. Ooh, another quick turnover there that... Ooh, they're fouling. Interesting. Man, so RJ Green's called for his 3rd foul, and that is our 2nd foul.
Talking about how the Sharks are trying to get a spark going, these turnovers in general are just killing us.
Yeah, that would have been nice for us to be able to keep it down on our side of the court. But with that being said, the Blue Devils break the press, and number 1, Jay Rogers, has it at the top of the court. Breland is looking for it on his side. Number 21, Andre Snoddy, who's been really quiet here so far in the second half, dished it over to Scantlebury. Ooh, with the Jaden Brown was able to slip the nice there and gets a nice pass there in for 2.
Gonna have to give some credit there to Scantlebury with a very, very nice pass, find the cut man, and very easy finish there.
Yep, Trey Wood taking his time up top, setting up a play for us. Jacob Johnson now has it up the top. He dishes it back to Trey Wood. Oh, and when Trey got that basket, you pointed out to me during the break, that was his first basket of the game. So, yeah.
It was absolutely his first point of the game, and a much-needed first point of the game. That is someone who, if this Sharks offense wants to succeed, they're going to need him to get hot.
Yep, Andre Washington shoots from the corner elbow, and he missed it, and it was picked up by Snoddy, who brings it down the court, gives it down to Jaden Brown. He looks into a cutting Scantlebury, who dishes it back out to Breland for the 3. And he goes a bit long, and it is out on number 2, Trey Washington, after a scrimmage underneath.
Oof.
Yep, Blue Devils are going to keep it on their side of the court.
Blue Devils coach gave a nice little shove to Wood as he was getting up off of him.
Really?
Not a.
Yeah, no, it was a little much, is what you're saying.
It was a bit much.
Especially after he was just making hustle plays.
Just a nice little love tap. Oh, and that looked cheap.
Man, and he got nailed again. Trey Wood, same guy.
Oh, that looked cheap.
Yes, it did.
I did not like that.
And the bummer about that is they called basically just like an injury timeout, though they didn't see what actually caused the injury.
Yeah, and on that, just to fill you guys in, Looked like Breland got a nice little shoulder into Trey Wood's face. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but it, to us, certainly did look very intentional.
It was
especially
effective. It was effective, if nothing else.
Especially right after he had come off the bench and made some contact with a Blue Devils coach, who gave a nice little love tap to Trey Wood when he came off.
Ooh, there we go. Great inbounds pass there to number 21, Sheknadai, by number 2, Trey Wood. Jaden Brown caused the foul. That is going to be the second foul on Jaden Brown. That is the 6th team foul, and that's going to send Sheknadai to the line to shoot 2. Sheck is shooting 11 of 25 from the free throw line this year for 44%. Yeah, here we go. Oh, beautiful.
44% is not a number you like to see when someone's at the line, but hey, he made the first one fall. Let's see if he can knock down another and get us back within striking distance.
Yes, sir. I was going to point it out depending on how this shot goes, but Owen once upon a time mentioned it was a manageable 16-point lead, and with Sheck missing that second free throw, it has now become a manageable 13-point lead. Don't call it a comeback here at the Rack in downtown Brooklyn.
It's good to see the Sharks start to cut into that Blue Devils lead, but they're going to need to get something going, and very soon, if they don't want to watch the time slip away.
I agree.
And
Turnover
just like
there.
that, a nice turnover.
Andre
and
Washington
they're going to go quick.
has the ball, dished it on the outside to Trey Wood, who puts
Trey
it up
Wood.
for 3. You could tell it was going to be a bit long when he released it. Breland with the nice rebound there. Blue Devils are going to be bringing it up the court. Yeah, I'm with you, and I think if the lead gets down here very short, we're going to see Amos checking back in, and he'll just probably do what he can. But I'd also be curious. I guess our defense is really playing well, but we have none of our kind of offensive guys in there like CJ and Marco. And let's see if they keep running with this current lineup.
Yeah, no, we currently only have really...
Yep, foul there called on number 5, Andre Washington.
As I was saying before, I was interrupted by the referees.
Rude.
So inconsiderate. Really, our only big offensive power we have on the court right now, other than Adaya, is going to be Trey Wood, who really has been slow to start today with, like I said earlier, only 2 points on the board and missing that 3 just now.
I'm still glad he took the 3.
I'm so glad. He needs to get shooting.
Yeah. Ooh, Sheck out there pretty far. Granted, he's able to recover, get back down to Jaden Brown. Doesn't matter. Scantleberry moves past this and lays it up and in for 2.
And that is a dangerous, dangerous look for the LIU Sharks, because if Scantleberry gets hot, this game could get out of reach very quickly. They already have their little two-headed beast of Kellen Amos, and where is the other guy I'm looking for? I'm reading through this roster and I'm having a hard time. Andre Snoddy, they have both of them going. If they can get Nigel Scantleberry to pick up alongside Kellen Amos and Andre Snoddy, it's a really dangerous three-headed beast that they have going at Central Connecticut.
Yep, another turnover there by the Sharks. We had a nice kind of inbound pass there to Sheknadai. There we go. Jacob Johnson steals the inbounds pass and puts it up and in for 2. 27-40, 12 minutes left to go. The Sharks have shown that this little press they've been putting on can work. It is broken there regardless by Breland, and he puts it up and in.
Sharks are showing signs of life, but is it too little too late with Breland keeping the distance at 16, 15?
15 points, yeah.
I cannot see the scoreboard very well from this vantage.
Sharks have the ball up on their side of the floor. Trey Wood gets a pick there from Sheck. He looks for a rolling Sheck. RJ Green now has it on the outside. He goes up, goes for a tough one. No foul called. Breland with the rebound, and the Blue Devils are coming up tight.
The no-look pass from Scantleberry.
Yep, Snoddy.
And an easy finish there from Snoddy.
Yep, he was going to be fouled there, I believe, by Sheknadai. We'll see. Regardless, he'll be going to the line shooting 1. And also, Kellen Amos will be checking in for the Blue Devils when we come back.
I'd love to see us match that Kellen Amos check-in with one of our own, Marco Maletic, who has been out of the game for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been really interesting because Marco, again, one of our leading scorer, it says here he has 16 minutes, but that is still nowhere near what some of our other guys have got going here in the second half.
And generally speaking, across most of our past games, Marco has taken a lion's share of those minutes. So it is quite odd to see him quietly out of the second half almost altogether.
Yep. A little show for us here in front of the booth, so we're going to cut to a quick commercial for the rest of this time out. It is 27-44. Blue Devils, 11 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the second half.
Oh, my little pretty one, my pretty one. When you gonna give me some time, Sharona? Will you make my motor run, my motor run? Got it coming off of the line, Sharona. Never gonna stop, give it up. Such a dirty mind, I always get it up. For the touch of the younger kind, my.
Finley enjoying a nice little time out there. He's out there dancing with the cheerleaders and dance team, rocking a medal of some sort. Love that. And as you mentioned, Owen, his smile is just contagious.
His smile absolutely is contagious, although his eyes are absolutely frightening. As I said earlier, cold and dead is the key phrase.
Nothing going on behind those eyes. Snotty's about here to put up his first one, and it goes in. So that was right. It was a +1. Amos checks in now for the Blue Devils. It is 27-46. Or it should be? No, 45. All right. Couldn't remember what it was supposed to be before that. Sharks have the ball driving up the court. We have Trey Wood leading the charge. No roster changes during that timeout, and Jacob Johnson looks to take Amos in, goes hard and gets a left hand up, and he's going to get 2 free throws out of that as Amos gets the foul. That will be the 7th team foul as well for the Blue Devils, so that puts us in the bonus. And I would be more thrilled with that maybe if we were better free throw shooters in general, but that's the 3rd foul there on Amos.
At least it's good to see Jacob Johnson hit the line. One of our more reliable shooters.
Yeah, he's shooting 74% from the free throw line this year, and he puts in the first one. As he lines up a second. What I love about watching him is his shot is so weirdly flat from the free throw line. Doesn't matter. Again, almost 80% free throw shooter, and goes 2-2 there. 29-45, 11 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second half. Sharks continue to keep their kind of press there that they have going. Brilliant is able to get it across. He's guarded there by Jacob Johnson. They get it over to Ostrowski. He's guarded up top by Andre Washington. And let's see if the Sharks can get a stop here. Ostrowski out to Amos. Pump fakes. Dishes it back out on the corner to Ostrowski. Long 3.
Well,
Ooh. Should have been out of bounds. Not quite sure. Regardless, I thought it was going to go out of bounds. That's what I meant.
It quite did go out of bounds in the most literal extent of the phrase, go out of bounds. The ball, for those of you who may be unaware or cannot see the game, as this is an audio-only broadcast, the ball simply bounced off the top of the backboard, which would, by NCAA,
Most cases.
NAIA, NBA, and pretty much
D3,
any other
high school.
I was going to say, pretty much any other governing body of basketball in their rulebook that is listed as out of bounds.
Love that. Andre Washington took the ball and he drove into the court and was fouled there by Ostrowski. And as previously mentioned, we are in the bonus, so our first one by Andre Washington goes up and in.
Great to see Andre Washington at the line as well.
Absolutely.
Our best free throw shooter on the team with an 85% free throw shot, according to LIUathletics.com.
Love their stats. And he puts in his second one to get us to a manageable 14-point deficit. It is 31-45, 10 and a half minutes left to go in the first half. The Blue Devils are able to break our little press, and Breland has it up top as he dishes it to Ostrowski. Ostrowski is over to Momo, who has checked back in. Some of these Blue Devils are going to have to be careful, 3 or 4 fouls. But with that being said, Amos gets an open 3 in the corner and, of course, puts it up and in.
Amos does not miss those, and I'm going to have to say that's kind of on the defense for leaving him wide open from the top of the arc.
I agree. Andre Washington has the ball, is looking to go in tight. Puts it up from about the free throw line, just not able to let it fall. Amos with the rebound.
really, really, really tough bounces over and over again for this Sharks team. Obviously you can put that on the shooter saying they need to be more accurate with the ball, but over and over again, the story of this game has been tough bounces.
Yep, 4 of 16 shooting for the Sharks there at 25%, which is what we shot all of the first half as well. Sheck Nadai picks up his 4th foul there on the floor. Marco checking back in, though, there for RJ Green. So Marco maybe presenting a little bit of an offensive spark here, as you previously mentioned. Ostrowski has at the top of the key, guarded by Andre Washington. Momo sets the far screen, and we are in business. Ostrowski's able to maintain control of it.
What a pass.
I agree. And because I was going to say, Momo had a nice little cut there, but he just wasn't able to maintain control, and it gets called for the travel.
And it looks like Momo's limping as he goes back up the court.
Trey Woods bringing the ball up the court, and we are looking to get a shot. Let's see if Marco can get an early 3 since checking back in. You know he's going to be looking for it. Jacob Johnson's at the top of the key. You can tell as soon as he started squaring up there to Breland, he wanted to get in there, but Breland's tough defense is able to force an errant shot there by Jacob Johnson.
And a really, really poor judgment play there, if I'm being completely honest, by Jacob Johnson. He's just showing further the youth of this Sharks team and how they're still trying to grow together and grow as individuals as well. But that was a really tough play, especially as Cheek Nadai was being covered by a then injured Momo, who has since subbed out of the game.
Yeah, it's a good look, buddy, because, again, it was very early on in the shot clock, and he just kind of got the ball, and you could tell he wanted to drive it in.
Unfortunately, we can't only appeal to our own primary interests as individual players when being a part of a team, and it appeared,
team sport.
yeah,
Oh.
and it really looked like it's really what Johnson wanted to do there.
On that particular set, for sure. But with that being said, he's able to get a steal, so all is forgiven on my end.
I would agree.
Sharks driving up the ball.
And Wood is going to dish
to Marco. Corner 3. Got it. There we go. Good to see Marco. Hits that 3. It is now 34-48. Sharks down 14. 8 minutes left to go. Amos has the ball on the near side of the court, and he dishes it to number 2, Devontae Sweatman. With that being said, we have Jaden Brown up top being guarded by Sheck Nadai, and we have Ostrowski being guarded by Andre Washington.
Screen.
I agree.
For a game they haven't been calling a whole lot against Central Connecticut, they've been calling a whole lot of poor calls.
I agree. Jaden Brown, Marco swoop in, tried to get a steal, and I thought he had it for a sec, but is able to go out of bounds. That is going to stay Blue Devils ball underneath their basket. A timeout was called. We will also call one. I'm Dan Bauer. This is Owen Crombie, and this is the Base Network.
La morena tiene algo que me llena de sabor. Y esa blanquita tiene algo que me arranca el descontrol. Una de azúcar, dame 2 de azúcar, dame 3 de azúcar. Blanqui morena, dame 1 de azúcar, dame 2 de azúcar, dame 3 de azúcar. Blanqui morena, dame 1 de azúcar, dame 2 de azúcar, dame 3 de azúcar. Blanqui morena, dame 1 de azúcar, dame 2 de azúcar, dame 3 de azúcar. Blanqui morena, blanqui morena.
And we are back. The Blue Devils have it underneath their basket with 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the second half. They get it up top to Amos, who is being guarded nicely by Jacob Johnson. Doesn't really matter. Turnaround jumper there from about the free throw line.
And Amos will increase his points total today to 20. by far the leading scorer on either team.
Yep, I don't like that at all. Marco gets a nice little pass there from Jacob Johnson. He drives into the lane, puts up another little floater, and Marco's able to get that to fall.
Increase his points total to 8 on the day, and that's by missing a whole lot of this second half.
Man,
Wide open, Kellen Amos thankfully misses a
Yep.
rare miss.
agreed. Jaden Brown comes down with the rebound there. They were able to break that press pretty easily and give their guy a shot. Luckily, he wasn't able to fall. Skinnerberry has it up at the top. He's being guarded by Trey Wood. Throws up. Shek Nadai with a nice rebound. It just shows where his size and athleticism can come into play.
Good on the Sharks to get a stop, see if they can capitalize here.
Marco, pump fake, gets Amos to go up, gets
And-
another three. Ooh, just got the shot he wanted, but just wasn't able to let it fall. Snotty gets the rebound.
That was a really great shot. I love seeing that.
Devils have the ball here. Amos gets it, and he's being guarded once again by Jacob Johnson, trying to play him tight. Sweatman there. Ooh. Thought they were going to maybe even call a double dribble there, but turns out it was a foul. That is number 5, Andre Washington. That is his 3rd and our 7th team foul, unfortunately, so that will send number 2, Devontae Sweatman, to the line, shooting 1-1. It is 36-50 with 6.5 minutes left to go here in the half. Sweatman throws up his first one, and it is good. And he will start lining up for his second shot. The Blue Devils are 3 of 5 from the line. Make that 4 of 8. Excuse me, 4 of 6. That's how math works. They get the score to 36-52 with 6.5 minutes left, and Trey Wood brings up the ball.
You know, I'm no math magician, but
Jacob Johnson has at the top. Kind of a 2-3 zone that looks like the Devils got going there. But, ooh, man. A nice shot and break by Trey Wood. And, again, a nice little lefty that just wasn't able to fall. Story of our lives. 6 of 21 from the floor. We're shooting 28.6% this game. And, excuse me, this half.
jeez. That was just a really, really tough layup attempt.
Especially for how good of a shot he got. Speaking of great shot, nice little inbounds pass there to number 21, Snotty. He puts it up and in and gets an easy 2. 36-54. Timeout called on the floor. We have 6 minutes left to go in the half. We'll cut to another musical break here by DJ Owen Cromie.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep.
Owen doing an excellent job there of bringing a smile to my face while a single rolling tear rolls down there by Coldplay. But Fix You is, he says, at LIU basketball, and that is pretty honest statement there, buddy. The Sharks bringing the ball up, and that is Trey Wood leading the point for us. Sheck sets him a big pick up at the top. Jacob Johnson looking to go tight, gives in Marco. Marco throws up a little shot from the corner free throw line, gets it to fall. So
There we
Marco's
go.
getting hot here a little bit in the second half. A little,
The
too
quick
little,
release
too late.
mid-range from Marco.
Swishes that in. It is 38-54 with 5.5 minutes left to go.
Good to see him providing some spark to the offense.
Agreed. We have the Blue Devils here. Shek Nadai is still in the game, and he's been playing more minutes than CJ, which has not been kind of the story of our season so far. So it makes you wonder if he's had a good week of practice or if it was just the size.
And a great job making sure they got that loose ball as Maletic is going to throw the pass to Washington, and it just will not go into the hands of Czech Nadaya.
Man, that was a good look, though, too.
Unfortunate. They get hot, and they kill it again with a turnover.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
It's been the story of today.
13th turnover of the game there for the Sharks.
And that one really just took the wind out of the sails of this offense, it seems like.
Yeah. Granted, I'm still smelling a comeback, I think.
With 5 minutes left to play, I'm worried it may be too little too late.
Says you as we get a steal there.
I'd love to be proven wrong.
I know. Man, that'd be sick to hit a 3 here, wouldn't it?
It would be so nice as Trey is going to dish.
Yep, Marco coming off a screen.
Marco.
Oh, yeah. His shoes slip. Unfortunately, those Kobe Grinches causes Marco to travel there. And with that turnover, as you said, I should have believed you, man. Really, that's my apologies. Blue Devils have the ball, and they're going to bring it up on their court. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the game.
It was a really tough turnover as Marco looked like he blew a tire.
Yep.
And I don't think that was entirely on his own doing. I think it looked like he had a little bit of help
There was some assistance, I agree.
from number 21, Andre Snoddy, on the defense.
Because what's a bummer is he would have made whatever shot he took, too. Snoddy throws up a three from the top. Marco gets the rebound. Trey's going to bring it up. Let's slow it down and see if we can get... Sheck sets up big screen up top. Trey shoots it from just behind the free throw line, a little long. Amos with the rebound.
Oh,
I agree. Nice defense there by Trey Wood as we almost get the steal, but the Blue Devils are able to maintain possession of the ball.
Trey Wood applying plenty of pressure there.
Man.
Oof.
Sweatman with a nice little drive there, and he's not quite able to let it fall. We have a scrum going on the ground.
If this is called a jump ball, I'm going to lose it.
I know, and of course it was. Maintained possession for... Oh. There we go. Here's what I'll say. Should have been a foul? Yeah, but we get the ball. Nice hustle there by Marco.
Hey, I'll take what we can get here. We haven't been getting very many calls our way today.
Agreed. That's another timeout here, which means another timeout for us because I'm curious to see what Owen has locked up for us here on the music. I'm Dan Bauer, Owen Crombie, Base Network. Here we go.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
You know, I wanted to come out of that immediately saying how I didn't like that song choice, but as it kept going, the smile on my face got bigger.
It grew on you, huh?
Yeah, it's such a fun song.
Unlike this score, Dan's smile was growing.
Trey Wood has the ball at the top of the key here for the Sharks as we look to get a quick bucket. Marco gives it right back over to Trey. Sheck sets the big screen up top, and Trey Wood with the nice drive. And
Tough finish.
man, we got a basket to fall. We scored the basketball. Trey Wood there that gets the score at 40-54. 3 minutes left to go. Sharks set another nice kind of trap there, but it is broke by Sweatman, who has burners, by the way.
Speed kills.
Yep, and with that being said, we are slowing it down a little bit. Scantleberry, Amos, and Sweatman are all there that are able to try to break that press. Tough defense there by Andre Washington as Scantleberry throws up a weird three. Nice rebound by Sheck. Marco leads the drive down the court for the Sharks.
Very lucky it was not called for a travel there with that little step back.
I agree. Sharks definitely with some... Wow.
And the wind has been sucked out of the building
Once
yet
again. Man, a tough thing is Marco apparently steps out of bounds as the Sharks were able to potentially throw up. Yeah, they had a sense of urgency to them, which I was really liking, but when you lose about 30 seconds there off a turnover, which leads to your own turnover, it's quite a bummer.
Like I said, story of the day has been turnovers.
Absolutely.
And who can capitalize better off of them? And it's been
Amos.
Central Connecticut all day.
Yeah. Amos has the ball at the top of the key. He goes around the screen that Jaden Brown set. Little about, 8-foot floater, up and in good. That gives him 20 points for the game. 22. 56-40. Blue Devils, 2 minutes left to go in the game.
I have a headache watching Amos play.
Marco gets a shot, puts it up nice. Great rebound by Trey Wood, who's also able to put it up for a second chance point. It does not fall.
And good, lucky for the Sharks, as it seems like every Blue Devil who touched the ball in their own defensive half completely missed the wide open Snotty on the opposite end of the court, waiting for the rush pass.
Man. Okay, cool. Amos puts up a long three from the corner. It's a bit short. Trey Wood gets it. He brings the ball. Missed Marco opportunity there, and both Trey and Marco noticed it. Andre Washington, though, is able to drive tough. Puts up another shot. Just missed it. Snotty's able to get the rebound over Shekndai. 40-56 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go here in the game. I will say the Blue Devils not really slowing down by any means.
Absolutely not. And I think it's because they realize the chance that we have with a minute left to mount an 18-point comeback is still extremely high.
I agree, especially when we shoot. With that being said, a nice little easy bucket there by number 15, Jaden Brown, off a nice pass from Amos. 40-58, 59 seconds left to go. DJ Owen, do your job.
Baby girl, I just hope.
Technical difficulties there. I will say he had something great tuned up, though. And what we'll do is we'll have another song or two lined up, as there's inevitably a couple timeouts here before we finish this game. 40-58, 59 seconds left to go. Trey Wood lets the ball do its thing before he picks it up before the clock can start, and that starts the shot clock. Trey Wood calls for an early quick screen to Andre Washington, over to Jacob Johnson, lets it behind him to Marco. Andre playing tough, almost loses it, grabs it again, puts it up and in, and gets fouled in the middle. In the meantime,
Great drive to get the and one.
I agree. Foul will be on number 12, Aryan Denavi, who checked in for the team here. Andre Washington's going to put up this free throw to complete the three-point play. It will not be good. Sweatman with the rebound.
And with Aryan Denavi in the game, along with Brody Limerick, who are both freshmen, it appears...
TJ Holloway as well.
It appears that the
They're calling
Blue Devils believe that this game is over.
To their detriment, or not. Number 0, Ostrowski with the long three. It is rebounded by Shekndai. We have 18 seconds left. Trey Wood brings the ball to the court, dished it over to Marco. Wanted to put up a three.
And a turnover.
Yep, hesitates, swatted away. Turnover on Marco Malatic. 6 seconds left. Ostrowski will dribble out the remaining end of this clock. It will be 40-58. Sharks versus the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils. We're going to cut to a little bit of a break here. We'll listen to some music. Owen and I will gather up some stats and thoughts, and we'll return to wrap things up here at the Rack in downtown Brooklyn.
Where is the moment we need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. Tell me your blue skies fade to gray. Tell me your passion's gone away, and I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. And tell me your life's been way offline. You fall into pieces every time. 'cause you had a bad day. You take one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You have a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day. You had a bad day.
That last little bit of music we got there was from Owen himself, who created that For the Base Network. And for fear of cussing again, I F with that, Owen.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I got yelled at earlier. Told him we'll fix it in post. We'll see if we do that with that and this reference as well. 42-58 Sharks here at the Rack here in downtown Brooklyn. We had talked about all game is just turnovers really and a lack of just shots being able to fall. Oh, and in the second half, the Sharks did outscore themselves from the first half. They went 9 of 28 from the floor, which was 32%. So, you know, we can say that was a bit better, but it still just is not, it's not going to work, man. And it's unfortunate once again as we let another game go by.
Yeah, the Sharks overall really looked to get a win today against a lately struggling Central Connecticut State Blue Devils team that had been on a 3-game slide prior to today, and unfortunately they just were not able to capitalize on the struggles, as it seemed that the Blue Devils came in today ready to get back to some prior winning ways, and I use that term very loosely.
For prior?
I was going to say winning ways is the Blue Devils are going to improve to 5-16 today, and the Sharks will remain at the bottom of the standings with a nice 2-18 record on the season.
I've been saying it to everyone on this air. I've been saying it to person. I've been saying it in our group chats. I do believe we'll get a win.
I do believe we'll get a win as well. Unfortunately, it just was not today.
Yeah, I enjoy this team. I've enjoyed watching this season. I enjoy doing this, and I really do hope for a win. It would be great just for, I don't know, everyone involved at this point in time. And unfortunately, we just haven't had a game there where everything is clicked. And this one, you could feel it pretty early on that they had us. And just when your shots cannot fall like that, and when you're able to not get a lot of looks offensively, especially as a I kept thinking we were a three-point shooting team, but it appears that that is not much of the case anymore. We did shoot 11 3-pointers in that game, and Marco, shooting 8 of them, makes the only 2. Trey Wood also threw up 2, and Andre Washington threw up 1. Keon Burns is another good 3-point shooter. He didn't get much look tonight. And we didn't get CJ, only with 9 minutes, had 5 rebounds. RJ Green had 20 minutes. But to kind of wrap up some of our stats, Marko Maletic had 10 points as a second amount to Jacob Johnson. Jacob Johnson, who had 12. Jacob Johnson also led the team with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Trey Wood and Czech Nadai also with 6 rebounds. Not much going on there, and just another sign that hopefully things can pick up for us.
And before we wrap this up, I think it's time to mention, it goes without saying, that today's Fresh Food Studio player of the game is none other than Kellen Amos.
What?
Of the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils, dropping a whole whopping 22 points on the day, going, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's weird to look at his shooting statistics kind of afterwards.
Going 33% from 3 for 9, and a 47% field goal rate. Only player that was better would be Snotty with 66.7% from the field. And overall, just a strong team performance from the Blue Devils team against an overall struggling LIU Sharks basketball team.
Yep, I agree. Amos was there, and if maybe his shooting statistics don't match up, he was a menace on the court and threw us off all game. With that being said, we're about to wrap it up here. The next time the Sharks play is on Thursday of this week against the Sacred Heart Pioneers. That'll be at Sacred Heart. And then the next game we'll be doing here for the Base Network is against the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights on Thursday, February 9th here at the Rack. We'll see you then. Thanks for listening once again. My name is Dan Bauer. Owen, what do you got for your final thoughts there?
I'm just hoping for these upcoming games we can start to get some control over the ball, take more care when we are in possession, and limit these turnovers that are really what's been killing us.
I agree. It'd be nice to see, like you said, to see kind of what differences they can make between now and Thursday. We're still searching for that dub. My name's Dan Bauer. That's Owen Crombie. Thanks for all the help today, Owen, and making it fun for me with the music. Appreciate all you for listening. Out to the Captain Joe for the help on the technical stuff earlier. And that's it for us today from the Rack. Thanks for listening.
And a special thank you to the LIU Marketing Club for sponsoring this.
Take care, everybody.